Hello, guys. How's it going? Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Tonight, we have a guest on the show who has been deported and then in prison in Haiti. His untold story. I bring these type of stories to the stage to encourage others, especially the youth that just left out of Haiti, to bring them the awareness that it can happen to you. So, for those who have experienced being deported, listen to them. So, if you know somebody that could be deported, maybe you know somebody that already have been, please share the live, guys, so you can listen in on what your experience can be. This young man will come in and he will share his own story. It's a pleasure to have him come on Life in Haiti and share his story. As we get into the live, let me know where you tuned in from, where are you watching from, and I'm hoping you guys are able to hear us well and see us well. You guys know how our internet in Haiti can be. Let me welcome our guest and allow our guest to introduce himself. Hello, how are you? Thank you for agreeing to come on the show with me tonight. How's it going?
It's my pleasure to be here in the show tonight. I'm doing all right, just staying focused and maintaining and thanking God that I'm still alive.
Wow.
Definitely.
People who are tuned in, they don't know you,
Yes,
but they will get to know you this evening. Can you share a little bit about yourself, your name, and who are you?
definitely. I could definitely share my name. Myself. My name is Peter Sosier. You know, I was, you could say, raised in America, at a young age. I could say I left Haiti around 1993, 1994, and it's so much I could say, through this experience, and going through this journey we call life, and the knowing that the tragedy we all face in life and the ups and downs that we go through. But appearing to the United States at a very young age, my mother, you could say, she traveled, you know, leaving certain areas in Haiti just to get us to prepare for us to have a better life, a better opportunity. But certain things happens, in circumstance situation cause, to be what it is now in my situation. But end of the day, I'm kind of nervous because this is my first time actually being live and and just myself but I'm just person that I could say I'm very respectable. Well, I'm just trying to be who I am as a person. Trying to develop more morals, more principles, and change certain things about me. So because at the end of the day in life, we gotta grow, we gotta learn, and we gotta accept our flaws and our mistakes and we learn from that and we become someone better. We know our thoughts and we know our mind and just you know
Just become a different person. No, that's
definitely.
very
It's a
good.
process. It's a process. So I'm growing. Every day we learning. Life is a learning experience. So through growth we learn certain things and we move forward. And for me, who I am now, I can say this experience that I'm going through was a lesson for me to wake up and see the better life and the better picture of life. Because sometimes we take things for granted. And I could say when I was in the state, I took a lot of things for granted. I didn't appreciate. I didn't value life. I didn't see the things that was important. And being in Haiti, I accept my reality and I accept my faith because there's certain things I didn't see as so important to me when I was in America because the lifestyle, the culture, the certain crowd, the certain people I was involved in. So I was blind to the lies, that I was blind to the system that put that within me, that plant within that program. So yeah. So this was a experience that I'm still learning from being in a third world country and adapting to the culture, the people, the environment, the food. So it's everything. It's a beautiful thing. Haiti's a beautiful place. I'm be honest. And I wish I could have came here way long time ago. I wish I'd have knew what was Haiti. What was the culture, what was the people. The love and the ups and downs, the hate. It comes with all. So it's a learning experience. So I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm maturing. I'm developing. I'm just trying to be a strong, open-minded individual. Definitely.
Awesome. Um, Let me ask you, what state were
Yes.
you raised in before we get into your situation here in Haiti? And what was life kind of like for you in that state as an immigrant?
Okay.
How old were you when you migrated to the United States? Don't
And
forget
I'm
United
be honest,
States,
when I migrated around
share.
1994, I migrated to the United States. First place I located it was in Homestead, Florida. And I was very young. My mother actually, when we made it to the state, she actually, it was not only just me, it was two of my other no, three of my other siblings. And it was a lot. It wasn't easy because you grow in a household where the love. See, Haitians, they'll show you that tough love. They don't express it so much to you and tell you that they love you, they care for you. It's more like you got to do this, you got to do that. It's a lot of discipline. So I didn't understand what was love at a very young age, and going through the culture and trying to adapt. Dealing with certain people. By you being a Haitian at around 1990, around 1998, around those times, they used to mock Haitians. They used to talk down on Haitians. They say Haitians eat cat and this and that. So I had to stand up for myself. And I had to develop certain characteristics that I could actually affect them in the long run. Because being Haitian and being, they consider us a JESCOM at that time. So being a JESCOM appearing to the United States, it was programmatic. It was very, there's a lot of challenges you got to face because the way we dress at the time was I was very young, so I had to adapt to a whole new system. Even though I left Haiti at a very young age, but that culture in that household was still in place. So it was very complicated. It was not easy at all.
Wow, that's the story we hear from a lot of immigrants, especially those in Florida.
Of course, definitely, it's
What?
not easy at all.
Yes, and we're not gonna stay there because I know that you're not the same person. But
Of course not.
what led to you getting returned back to Haiti? What led to that?
I'm be honest. I'm be truthful. You know, Me losing my mom at a very young age. I was 12 years old, and my mom was like 35. She had 9 kids at that time. That was around 2000. My mom passed away, right? And the knowing that the responsibility that she left behind, for my stepdad to maintain all of us was very complicated. So losing my mom, it kind of broke me. I was traumatized by it, and knowing that it was so hard for me to understand what is love because I really loved my mom to the point where she was the only one that actually cared for me when I was very young, and especially trying to raise so much. So long story short, I ended up making the wrong friends, and I'm not saying wrong, but the choice that I made it affected my future. You could say for me being in this position. So made some mistakes, got involved with the wrong crowd, and being involved in the wrong crowd, there's consequences because we at a young age, I'm looking for love, I'm looking for acceptance, I'm looking for validations from others, because I was missing something at home. I was missing acceptance, love, appreciation, comfort, and knowing that what I was facing, not receiving that at home, so I actually turned a different route, and that different route affected my reality now. So the decisions from hanging around crowds to activities and gang banging, yes, I was involved in a gang because I was lost. I was a lost individual, even though I associate with certain people, church organizations like branches that's from Florida City, Kicks that's from Florida City, church programs that helped me, assist me through these hard times with me losing my mom and and then disconnecting from family, you could say, because at that time, very young, I was not family orientated. We didn't really have family support to assist us. It was really my stepfather that was assisting us and helping us as best as he can, even though he had his own issues that he had to deal with. But it was a complicated task for him to raise 9 kids. So 3 or 4 of us, the streets ended up taking advantage of us, because we was lost because we was missing so much, and that was love. Love is something that's beautiful, but when you don't understand what is love, you will destroy yourself because you will desire to chase something that is not sincerely honest and sincerely true. So you'll be misguided. So I've been guided by friends, the lifestyle, the culture. I was blind to myself because I didn't have the realization. And then when you're blind, it's hard to accept truth from others, especially the ones that's trying to guide you and enlighten you from not making a certain choice and decision in life that could affect you. So yeah.
Wow. So overall, you ended up with a pretty decent stepfather, and he basically did probably what more than what some of them would have done. Would you say that?
I definitely could say that, because growing up, sometimes you're blind to certain things until you get older. You start realizing that this person really did care for you, even though because you're so prideful, so stubborn, you blame people for causes of certain things that happen. But then the reality is not that. So he did his job. He did his part. He tried his best, and I'm always gonna love him for that. Because at the end of the day, even my father was in my life, and he was trying to. He tried his best to discipline me, keep me on the right path, and from not getting lost. He used to tell me, Peterson, don't hang with these type of people. Peterson is the cause. This will could happen to you. Stay in school, be educated, learn, become somebody, achieve, accomplish, finish school. So he tried even my father tried, but I was so broken to the point where I was lost. I didn't know where to run, and I felt like my friends was the one that was comforting me. So, but as a stepfather, he was there, and I salute him to 100%.
Wow. So you end up in trouble at some point. How long were you in that trouble? And what led into you coming into Haiti? Were you incarcerated and for how long?
All right. The first time that I got incarcerated because I was living a certain lifestyle and certain charge that I actually got charged for, and one charge it was a felony and battery. I was young. I was 18 in high school. Got in a violent it was a violent activity. It was a violent charge where a domestic violent charge. I fought someone in school. And that person got hurt. And long story short, I got arrested and I got charged. So at the time, I didn't know nothing about immigration. I didn't know nothing about ICE. I didn't know nothing about the policies because I was very young. Because losing my mom, I wasn't educated in knowing the system of Homeland Security. So the whole time I thought I was an American citizen. I'll be honest. So I ended up getting arrested, a felony and battery charge, placed in placed on probation. I mean, placed on probation, not knowing the requirements, not knowing the policies, the rules, and what comes behind it. So it's like by me being placed on probation, I literally saying you have a prison number. So by me being placed on probation, that literally say that my rights been stripped away from me. So now I violated my status, my immigration status, my asylum that I entered America. So I violate that asylum. So that stripped my rights from me. So now I'm placed in the removal procedures. So through that process, I ended up placed in immigration for 16 months. I fought my case. I lost my appeal. When I lost my appeal, that was 2000. I was placed in immigration February. No, no, first, hold up. I got arrested. My probation officer called me. The ICE officer came and arrested me February the 9th, 2010. Through the process of that, I went to immigration. Through those 16 months immigration, I'm fighting my case. I lost my case. I appealed it. When I appealed it, my attorney that represented me, she's from a branch that assists me from church organization branches, and she helped me. She represented me for free, and I lost my appeal. And then in 2010, when the earthquake happened, I lost my appeal January the night, to January the night, 2010. The earthquake happened January I believe the 12th, 2010. That prevent me from being deported. So that was able to actually release me from immigration, allow me to be placed in supervision. So through me being placed in supervision, they gave me a second opportunity. To grace, it was tragic for what happened to Haiti, definitely, but in reality, it helped me and give me a second opportunity to stay in America. But I was so blind to certain things, and by me being released in 2010, the whole time, I'll be honest, I was on the run from immigration for like 15 years since 2010 when they released me from immigration.
Can you see me? And you were able to dodge immigration for that long?
Yeah,
In
6 years. You know, the reason, yeah, in the beginning, I used to report. I used to report. I only did 3 months report, but then I realized that they told me when Haiti is accepting people, we will deport you, because I was only for supervision. I was only on yes.
how old were you when this incident took place at school? Were you a minor or were you
Man, I
already
was
over
I was
18?
18. I was 18.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
And being
So
that you were 18, that instantly revoked
asylum.
your asylum.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you ended up tell us, when did you come into Haiti?
February the 15th, 2022.
2022. On February 15, 2022, share your experience and what happened to you coming into Haiti.
Oh man. Whew. It was hell, because like when you're on a plane and you land, you already you already have handcuffs on you. You can't move. You're stuck. You know, you cramble with a lot of people in the plane. So, and it felt so hostile. You know, and when I entered Haiti and they released me, from the plane, like I got to get out the plane, and now. But I was being like we assume that different releases, right? So but they still got us in handcuffs. So when I'm walking like down the plane, like just getting off the plane, right? So I'm like, okay, you better go. I'm about to leave. Okay, everything's okay. Somebody, my people finna come pick me up. But it was nothing like that. It was law enforcement, the police officers, with masks, and they had rifles, and they was aggressive toward us. They grabbed us and let's go. I'm like, what's going on? Well, we didn't even do nothing. We just got here. We didn't commit no crime in Haiti. So the other fellow members that got deported with me, they was mad because like they were upper hand us in certain way. They was very violent with us, very aggressive with us. Like, we finna take out somewhere. We finna take out to a location or the station to talk to y'all. So we don't know what's going on. So we like, well, why they still have us in handcuffs? Where they gonna take us? So we in fear. We don't know what's going on. We panicking. We nervous because these dudes out they right here with guns and with rifles. So we don't know what's gonna happen next. So by us entering the vehicle, the transportation vehicle, they bring us to the station. So when we appeared to the station, they throw us in a cell. Before they even throw us in the cell, they interrogate us, asking us questions: where we from, who we know, who's your family, who's your ties, and who you affiliate with. And I'm like, this is my first. I ain't been to Haiti, and since I left Haiti when I was like 3 or 4 years old. What I know about Haiti, I don't know nobody in Haiti really. I just got here, so they because at the time, I'll be honest, I didn't really speak Creole too well, so it was very hard for me to comprehend. My friends that was there with me, they had to translate for me. So, while they interrogated, so what they did, they actually gave us a plate of food, a small little plate of food, something to drink, to reel us in. So we hungry, so we eating the food. So I'm eating, and then it was like, come on, y'all got to go in the back with us. I'm like, where we going to back? People was here to pick us up, and a lot of other people they had their families waiting for them. So while they take us to the back, they take us to a holding cell, and that holding cell is about 100 people in there. I mean, it's crowded. So I'm like, and there's no, and there's a foul smell, rats, urine, feces everywhere. So I'm like, what's going on? I'm panicking. I'm like, oh man, they about to put us in the cell with some of these other people that we don't even know. We don't know what's a possibility that could happen. So I'll be honest. For me being who I am, the lifestyle I used to live. So I understand the system as being incarcerated. So by me entering the cell, they just throw all of us in there. They said, wait right now. Wait, people finna come. So we're on the cell. We screaming like, what's going on? We didn't do nothing. Like, why y'all still arresting us? Why y'all haven't put us in this cell? We didn't even do nothing. Y'all supposed to release us. So we're gonna release you. A couple of people, family actually came to talk to them to help them to get signed out. But the officers saying that they won't let us go. They can't let us go. So we're like, what's the reason? So
Hmm.
it became hostile. They screaming at us. They start threatening us. They told us put our hands up. The officer actually put the rifle towards our wrist and our thigh to threaten us to they'll shoot us because we don't want to go in the cell. So my life is already in danger. So I'm like, man, I came to Haiti and I'm about to die. They about to kill me for nothing. I didn't do nothing. So they kind of forced us in the cell. So we in the cell, and being in that cell, it was unbelievable because the things that happened, the mistreating that they treat others, and the violent, the disrespect, it was out of control. It was out of control.
Wow. So now you go in the cell. Do you ever figure out what's happening with you? What did immigration tell you from the United States coming to
Ah,
Haiti?
I mean, guys, you know, they're not gonna give you they're not gonna tell you everything. My deportation officer, he was like, "Oh, you finna go to Haiti, and they finna give you a certain amount of money." Certain people say they give you 10,000 US, but that's all lie. You know the corruption behind these systems when it come down to general with money. You know what I'm saying? When they speak on certain things, is not actually what it is. So, long story short, they promised a certain amount of money, but it wasn't that. So they gave us a certain amount of money just to have because they know they're finna put us in prison. So that was it. They didn't get. I'll be honest. Deportation officer didn't really tell us nothing. Not too much. They just told me you're finna go to Haiti. You're finna, and that's it. They're finna release you. That's what they told us. They didn't tell us that they're finna put us in prison. They didn't tell us that the government finna kidnap us and hold us for ransom. They didn't tell us that they're finna torture us. They didn't tell us they're finna mistreat us and take advantage of us and get. It was no but lies. You know, that's the thing about certain people. Just the world we live in, we cannot you never expect the worst or the best from it because we just gotta accept. But even though the system gonna express certain things to you, but it's up to you to realize if the truth is not. So we actually manipulated. They manipulated to make us believe this. They were finna release us or never that. Even the officers, when we actually left the plane, the ICE officers were saying, "Don't worry, don't worry. They're gonna let you. When we let you out, everybody gonna let you go. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna you're gonna meet your family and everything like that." But it was never that. So the whole time it was like lies. Yeah.
Yes, that was very, very sad. So, how long were you in this situation being
Um,
incarcerated? Thank you guys. Hold on one second, Peterson. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have a comment, please share it in the comments. I'm not sure what's going on tonight, but I'm not seeing any comments come up. But if you guys have a question, please put it in the comments.
definitely.
Please share your thoughts
What
on
you thought?
what happened to this young man. He was deported back to Haiti, and keep to bring you guys up to date. When someone is returned, you are returned with a promise not to be tortured, not
Definitely.
to be in prison because he had not committed a crime in Haiti. Yet, against what the United States shared, uh, outside of the United States telling him this will not happen to you, the exact thing happened to him. How long did you stay in that condition?
Man, I stayed in that condition for 8 months. 8 months in penitentiary in the prison in Haiti. 8 months of living nightmare. And first they put us on, they call it JCPG. Is a holding cell. We stayed there for like 2 weeks. Certain people, family appeared. They talked to them. They said they're gonna release us. Never did. So after that, the second 2 weeks. But those 2 weeks, it was a listen. It was hell. Let me tell you what I mean. Hell, you there is no restroom where you could urinate or nothing like that. So when it is a certain time, they put you in the cell where everybody else that's crowded. So around 8, they open the cell, but you don't really go nowhere. You just stuck. They only open the door for you just get the equipment that you need. So by 6 o'clock they close the cell. So when you crumble in there, you gotta urinate in a bag. You gotta everything you do is in the bag. If you gotta it was out of control. So as then the people that was in there was violent. Especially that's just the holding cell that I was at until I didn't even get transferred yet to the prison. So now I'm gonna say that you got to take a shit in the bag. So you shitting in the bag because that you can't leave the cell. So now you got to put like some type of cardboard or sheet to cover for people don't see you. And then when they let you out to urinate, the water is disgusting, mildew everywhere, feces everywhere. So like then you gotta stand and take a shower. The bucket is filthy, rodents, everything. So it's like, man, it was out of control. And you had to accept it because what can you do? You actually locked up in that cell. You can't do nothing about it. So then when we actually got transferred to the prison, they handcuffs again. They tell us they're gonna take us somewhere else. So we were assuming that they're gonna let us go. It was a lawyer. He actually talked to us. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm gonna help you. Let me get in contact with your family. And he's just a scam artist. Majority lawyers in Haiti, they scam artists. So this guy, he's finessed on us. He was like, "Oh, give the little money that they gave us. We put some money together just to see if this lawyer could represent us. But the whole time he was is a fraud. So while we thinking that they're gonna take us somewhere else or release us, the handcuffs again. They tell us, oh, the officers was like, oh, you came to the wrong country. I don't know what you mean. He's like, you left America, the God, the country of God, where God live at, and you come to hell. He said, we gonna learn today. So I'm like, oh man, these dudes about to kill us. So I'm paranoid I'm about to get killed. So the other Haitian dude was like, man, Pete, man, what's going on? I'm like, man, I don't know either, man. We just going somewhere else. So when we actually arrived to the prison, we're like, oh man, they about to take us in prison. So we when we arrived, we enter the prison. We all handcuffs. They line us up against the wall, and while they line us up, a couple of officers they talking to us. It's like, everybody, let me search your bag. Everybody got to strip butt naked. So now there's a whole lot of other guys. Everybody's watching us and stuff like that. So each person strip butt naked and they search us. So when they search us, they put us in the cell. And this cell that they put us in was overcrowded. It was overcrowded. Same process, overcrowded, same treatment. But the fact that because we are deportees, they see us different. So they didn't mistreat us. The inmates didn't mistreat us because we come with some type of respect. And but it's just the officers. The officers didn't tolerate us. They did what they can just to show us that we came to the wrong country. And if it's throwing water at us, macing us, disrespecting us verbally, physically, and so while we wait in the line for them to actually put us one by one, they tell us that we got to cut our hair. If we don't cut our hair, they're gonna put us in confinement, and this confinement is not a place you want to be at. You likely gonna sleep with 2 or 3 roaches and some rats running around on you. So it's kind of funny because then I realized,
You guys are not able to kill these rats.
oh no, the rats is the people's best friend, and they feed the rat. Them rat living comfortable. I don't think they'll kill them rats. Nah, I don't know. You probably get a charge trying to kill one of them rats.
Oh, wow. Jesus. I am
But
not sure what's going on, guys, but for some reason, I am not seeing any comments that's coming up on the screen. So if
yeah,
you, I'm not, can you see comments from the audience on your screen?
only it says you're on the show. Everyone can see and hear you, but it don't says nothing about no comments.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys, but I thank you all for tuning in. It, if you're watching, guys, please leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from.
You
Write
know,
a comment for us because for some reason I don't see any of you guys comments here. I don't know what's going on. So I ended up getting a hold of you guys' story back then, and I
definitely, yeah,
ended up advocating for many of you all on this show. And I know that some of you guys paid thousands to be released from the Haitian prison.
yep.
For you, what ended up happening? Was it finally getting to Washington and getting their attention that actually blessed you to get out? Or were you one of them that paid thousands to be released as well?
I'll be honest. I ain't gonna pay no thousand. I was finna thug it out because, like, it was really there was finessing people. They you could say Buzz by us being placed in prison, certain people that they was able to pay that certain large amount. The majority of that they took advantage of the people because by us being in place in prison, we literally got kidnapped. They hold us for ransom. They telling us that this is the amount of money we should pay, but if it did not make it to Washington, a lot of majority, all of us would have paid $10,000 or more. And the certain people that did pay 1,000, you know, they did because they wanted they had the finance and they had the support for them to put someone to support them to pay them for the release. And for certain people that was like me, I didn't have that type of money to even the support to say, I'm gonna pay 1,000 or 10,000 to be released. So by immigrating to Washington and then the articles and the radios and the news, those speaking about our issue and the condition that we was in, that literally saved us. If that never happened, we would have been still incarcerated likely. And for me, I actually paid. When it made it to Washington, then they had lenience against us because they seen that this was getting big, and more people was talking about it. So they was giving people awareness. So when the awareness started being revealed, that's when they start communicating with us and say, okay, we're gonna help y'all get out. So I paid a low amount to be released, definitely.
Wow. So you finally make it into Haiti after how many years? You've been out of Haiti at that time, maybe about
Uh,
almost
30, about 30,
20,
30 some years.
yeah, about 27, 28 years, probably at that time.
Man, snow. About
28.
30, I'm be honest, about like 35, about 34 years.
All right. So do you know family when you finally do get out? What is now you're stepping in Haiti?
I'm be honest,
What was your
like
first day like? What was your
in Haiti,
first day in Haiti? Yes.
I'm be honest, I was still traumatized being in prison. I didn't tell you how they maced us. They maced us.
Oh
They
yeah.
almost.
I also have a video here that I tried to play it here, but for some reason it will not allow me to play it. But I
Mhm.
can share it with everyone so that you guys can get an idea of the conditions these young men they lived in. So I'm gonna share
Oh,
this video.
it was horrible. The condition was horrible.
Hold on a second. I don't know, for some reason it won't play, but you guys may not
That was when
see.
that was the video where I was when they were showing the restroom where they wash the dishes and the bowls.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Let me
We
see
that
if like this it will play better. All right.
Oh, that's the cell that I was at. If you look at that video, I'm laying down on the corner, way in the corner.
Hold on. Let's see if it'll play where everyone can see. It's dark in the image itself, but you guys
Yep.
will see it.
If you'll see me, I'm way in the in the corner where he walked way in the corner to the back. You'll see my head just lift up in that video right there. I was in that cell, that same cell right there, overcrowded, every day circulating, people coming in and they leaving. But when I mean leaving, they going to the back of the prison where the other inmates are at. Imagine how can you sleep in that? It's overcrowded. There's no space. There is no bed, and there are people that are sleeping on cardboards, literally cardboards. And then you have to worry about the mosquitoes, the rats, the roaches. Consistently. And then when you taking a shower, there's guys that's standing right there where you're taking a shower. It's so crowded. There's no move. When it's hot, there is no central AC in there, so it's hot. See that what was that video you see? Yeah. And another thing, the person there was a friend of mine that actually a good friend of mine, Woody Ford, rest in peace. He actually died in the prison.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, that's the water we got to take a shower in right there.
Hold on a
Living
second.
nightmare.
Hold on.
Just thinking
Let's
about it. And the person that's recording the video is a good friend of mine, and he's I still stay in contact with him. We still communicate. We still see each other. He's not too far away from me, by the way. And
wow. To show you guys the whole thing, I would literally have to share it. But were you ever afraid of what was happening there? Because I know some of you guys ended up losing your life. Did any of the
yeah,
guys that was deported, did anybody one of them end up losing their life?
and there's the video static, and I couldn't. What you said, I couldn't hear you. The video static.
I said, did anybody that you were that was a deportee being returned?
Yes,
At any time, any one of the deportees ended up losing their
died.
life?
Of course, Woody Ford, he died in there. And a good guy, lovable guy. A person that share when he have. Cause sometimes when we don't have money to buy food, and we look out for each other. He was a person who he was generous, very generous and loving, and he support. And the sad thing about it, you know, he ended up losing his life because of malnutrition. He was not getting the right treatment, the right medicine. The condition was horrible, and a lot of people was getting sick. I believe
Yeah,
Corolla, right? That was that.
cholera epidemic.
Yes, we're definitely. You know what the crazy thing about it? There was so many people was dying. Like it was so crazy. There's people they knocking on the cell, they screaming, "I'm way, I'm way." Police, police. Because somebody just passed out. People are urinating themselves. They vomited. They developing a lot of sores on their body. It was for him. It was sad because we was close to him. And I still think about it to this day because the way he was, he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that type of treatment, and they didn't want to assist him when he was screaming for help, tell him that he's sick. They'll give him a Tylenol. The doctor or the one of the paramedics would come and see him and give him a Tylenol. What's a Tylenol? And this man is literally passing out consistently. So when he actually passed out, they actually took him out the cell and put him in the crowded area where it's like 30, 50 people who have the same issue. So how can they treat him? The man literally passed away in the bed where he was laying at. And the way I knew he passed away, because everybody was all screaming about it. Everybody was talking about it. They had videos, and they seen him in the video on the floor with mosquitoes, and they left him on the floor for like 4 or 5 days. Not just him, at least 15 other bodies. So that letting you know the malnutrition.
You guys have doctors that was coming in to
Doc, doctors, them
check
doctors
out
don't care
you
about
guys. Did you
them
guys?
doctors don't really they don't really care about what their job is for them to just do their work and get out of there. They don't care about what people face in the prison of Haiti. They're only doing their job. If they really did care, he would never been in that situation to get that worse for him to lose his life. So it was crazy, man.
Do they
And then
do walkthroughs in Haitian prison? Do they ever count you guys? I mean, how do they know that you guys are there? When they
they do
do
their
count, do they verify to make sure that you guys are actually alive?
the way they do their rounds, they open that gate. They only let you get out that gate when you finna go take a shower. And if they do in that time when you out there taking a shower, you got to do what you got to do. And if they do counts, it's rare. They just open the gate, you release, they just stand there, and they open the gate freely, and they go do the law enforcement officers do their daily routines or daily activity. And then the thing, when you're incarcerated, there's a lot of negative activity that goes on with the law officers. They're supplying drugs, they're supplying phones, and there's a whole bunch of chaos, man.
I wanted to ask, but I didn't want to ruin that for probably other people. Like, were you guys still able to legally have your phone?
No, not at all. You gotta understand, in every prison system, the officers supply the phones. They sell the phones in the prison to the inmates, and the inmates sell it to the other inmates. So it's a business transaction. So these officers do not make that amount of money. They probably make at least every month like $150. $150 like 4,000 Haitian dollars.
Hmm.
$150 US is like 4,000. So now they get involved in the business and that type of business, the selling drugs, supplying drugs to the inmates, and supplying phones and whatever they way to generate some type of money. So they would not allow you to just bring your phone. What they would do, you'll buy a phone from one of the inmates that purchased the phone from the officer. So then the officer will do a shakedown. They will take your phone and sell it back to the same inmate that he sold the phone to. So it's just what it is. So it's out of control.
What was it? I mean, what was it like coming out of that experience? At the end, what was it like for you emotionally when you finally saw yourself? Well, I got a chance to visit there, guys, and I'm telling you, I don't understand why we have anyone leading their life the wrong way in Haiti.
Man,
Because the pile of trash I saw,
trash. It's filth. It's
um,
overcrowded with trash, rat.
there is absolutely no way for anyone there, even those who are working there,
It's inhumane.
to not be exposed to horrible bacteria, if you ask
You
me.
definitely finna you finna catch bacteria. You're gonna get infections. That's gonna happen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That the people having big sores on their body. It was the bacteria, then the rodents that's consistently breeding, and then the bowls that they feed us. They make the food and all that. The rodents are in the bowls, laying they urinating they feces all in the facility. It's like it's out of control. And then you think that bowl that they making the rice in and everything else in is clean, but last night it was 4 or 5 rats running in there. And then they in the water that we drinking, there's rodents, there's rats that's swimming in the water, the well, all type of crazy stuff. Imagine that. Now you drinking infected water, food that's infected, bacteria. People getting sick consistent. That's why I was saying people was dying. I see more death in the prison of Haiti because of the malnutrition and the diseases that they was catching.
Whew, wow, man. I'm just so glad that you made it out of that situation alive.
Uh,
So
uh,
now you,
you
you
know,
get out.
when
What gonna say?
I ain't like when I got out, I thought I was gonna die when I was in prison. So it's like the knowing that I was hoping, I'm praying. I'm like, you know what? People that I was staying in contact with, they were telling Peterson, be patient. God can open doors. Believe in God, have stay in faith, and don't give up. So me being who I am, and I'm a believer of God, and knowing that the people that I stay in contact, they'll believe in God. So keep my faith, keep my hope alive, and keep believing in and keep inspiring myself to not give up. Even though when I was weak, even though when I wanted to give up, it was times that I was crying in the prison. It was times that I cried about not seeing my son, not be able to stay in contact with him, and knowing that I'm far apart from him, and then certain situations dealing with family and disconnecting. So I thought about that so much in prison. So when they released me, it was like a fresh of air, like I was reborn again, because it was so much pain that I was, so much suffering, and so much misery that I was going through in prison. I didn't know if I was gonna make it. So when I actually got released, they opened those gates. I thought I was in heaven, and but that was just a temporary feeling till reality kicked in and you realize you're in Haiti. There's the other hell you got to deal with.
So when you get out into Haiti, where were you living? Who picked you up? And What was your first day like? What was your first impression of Haiti?
I was like, when I first got out, I was like, God damn, this place look crazy. Cause I wasn't used to it. It's something new for me. It's just a new culture, new system, new people, crowded energy. So I was like, oh man, this place look crazy. And the area I was in, I was like, man, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, this place dirty. You feel me? I was like, I gotta get the hell out of there. I gotta go back to America. you know, because I wasn't new to it. So I went to a place called, the person that assisted on me was a person named Ricardo. I don't know Ricardo, and I heard
Mhm.
something. I heard he passed away. I don't know, but long story short, Ricardo he assists on signing
Ricardo
me out.
died?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Like how?
A motorcycle accident. He
Wow.
had a serious injury, and he never recovered from it. Yeah, that's what I heard. I was trying to reach out to him and trying to get in contact. I'm gonna call his phone, but I don't know his mother, so I just had his contact number. So that's what I heard. I hope not so. I hope that's not true, but that's what I heard from people that's from that area that I stayed in contact with.
Wow. Well,
I believe
most
I
of
believe
the
I was in, I think I was in Mali at the time when I got released. I went to Mali.
in Pétionville. Yes.
We and that place was cold. So and going through Haiti, I'm in the commune that I'm not coming at the Papa Dot. I think I said it right.
Yeah.
Okay, the transportation vehicle. I'm in the vehicle, and no, it's crowded. I'm all stuck. I'm like, damn. I feel like I can't breathe.
No
Then you got the,
breathing room.
huh?
You don't get no breathing room. They
No,
like
no breathing room.
right. Mm-hmm.
Hot breath, all that breathing all on you. So I'm like, man. They be, no disrespect. They be some people be musty. Type of situation. So I'm like, damn, I was already musty because I had no deodorant. I came out looking rough. My beard and hair was all wicked, gray hair everywhere. So I'm like, man, I can't believe I'm going through this. So I'm like, I'm thinking, yeah, I done got released. I'm happy, but then I realized where I was at. I'm like, whoa, the happiness started changing. So I'm like, man, I gotta. So I made it to where I need to make it at the destination, and I got at the vehicle. I walk, and Malik, you gotta move. You gotta walk way to the top of the mountain, and
Yeah.
it's cold. So it's cold too. So I wasn't, just being in Port-au-Prince and the heat, the humidity is down there. So going way in the mountain is cold. So I was like, I didn't want, it was so cold for me. I was like, man, I can't be here. But I had to adapt.
I love the cold. I think that's the one of the best part about that area. It
Yeah,
is
it's a cold, but
peaceful and it's very cold. Some people don't think that Haiti gets cold,
it get
but
cold.
it gets
It get cold.
very cold here. Mm-hmm.
But the thing about that cold, man, I'll be honest though. I about to do it like 2 days. I was about to take a shower because that thing be too cold. If you don't heat that water, you gonna freeze in there because it be so cold. It's out of control. Like you don't know what he like, man. I'm not. You touching the water. You putting a little tip finger in there. You like, damn. I did like 2 days. I only did that one time.
That cold. Mas eu
Mm.
vamos começar. 10 jours sans bem.
I did it one time. So the fois, but faire des fois, une fois. Pas deux fois.
10 jours, mais ça, me.
Yo, no. What I mean, I probably do my little scrub. The parts that I need to
I
scrub.
was joking about that because, on the way down, I was trying to rush to come to get the show started. And we're coming from way up the mountains, and it is freezing cold. And we're joking
Yes.
amongst ourselves. Like, I bet you women up here, c'est toilette, y'all fait simplement, washing just the important parts. Because it is
Yeah.
cold. It gets cold up there.
Yeah,
So,
definitely get cool.
your experience with Ricardo, it was short lived.
Yes.
Where'd you go? Like, what is life in Haiti for you after you left Port-au-Prince? Where did you go?
I didn't leave Port-au-Prince. I left that area with him because of certain circumstance situation. So I went to Santos 23. That was still in Port-au-Prince. I went there because Woody that passed away, Woody Ford.
Yeah.
Well, I was friends with his cousin, and she was in the state. We was before. It's a long story. She ended up getting deported. So my sister was close to her. So we ended up becoming friends, and you could say family. And she told me, Peterson, where you at? If you don't like it, you could go to my mom's house, because at the time she went to Bahamas. So yeah, I didn't have family to help me at the time. So it was like, to the grace of God, sometimes in life you never know how God will align people to assist you. That's the thing about God. You never, God worked not on your time but on His time. So the things that happen in ways that is magical, because I met her when I was in the state, and I used to help her when she was incarcerated immigration. We used to stay in contact. But my sister was incarcerated in immigration, so they got close. So she ended up getting deported. The girl ended up getting deported first. And when I got deported, we stayed in contact, so she was able to assist me. So that's the love of God. Sometimes God will let you meet people for a purpose, for a reason. And that was a purpose to assist me. And not just that, to show the love and the gratitude and support and the assist. So that was a beautiful thing. So she was able to tell me, Peterson, you can come to my mom house, and my cousins is there. They'll help you. And sister's still in the state, she's gonna assist you. And I ain't gonna lie, I salute my sister, what I'm saying, Christine. She a mom to me, because through it all, through what I'm going through, even through now, she still stands strong for me, even through the ups and downs. She's a lovable and a pure-hearted person. And so she told me, my friend told me, go to her house. I went to her house. My sister paid for the place for me and supported me through it all. And I was there, and I was in Santos. In Santos, they got the gangs over there, the Bunzies. So
I
the
was
activity
gonna
over there.
ask you, what was life like for you in the Santo area?
Oh man, me. You know, I had to be cautious. I had to be cautious because I'm a dip, and I got tattoos. I got tattoos on my face and my arms. So they're gonna assume that I'm part of the gang or some type of group. So I had to be cautious of the people that I was living with. They said to me, Peterson, if you're gonna leave, you're gonna leave with you. If anybody's seeing something in Western Union, at the time I had my ID, and he'll say, you can send under my name, and I'll go get it for you, because what's going on in Haiti and what the area at, the Bunzies are at the time, the Bunzies was beefing, the gangs was fighting against each other. So I didn't want to be a target. So certain times I will not leave. I'll stay in the yard, or I'll stay in the front yard. The person that he's well in the neighborhood, he'll be able to go purchase everything from me. So I had to be cautious, because I know, and every night you're hearing gunshots. They're shooting every night. There is not a night that you will not hear a gunshot. If it's a night that you don't hear a gunshot, that means is something going on that is beautiful. But it was consistently gunfires. A lot of people consistently dying. You always hearing it. There's people that's getting burned alive and cremated, with tire, all type of stuff, man. It was crazy. So I try not to leave. I try not to walk around. So I had to be aware of everything. Every decision I made, every decision I made walking to certain areas, I gotta be aware. It's like in the state, when I was living a certain lifestyle, I had to be cautious too. So if I'm walking somewhere, I'm looking behind my back from left to right. So I had adapted to that certain lifestyle. So coming to Haiti, I had to use that same adapt way of surviving, because when I was in the state, I was surviving too. So being in Haiti, I had to adapt, and I had to survive to a circumstance, situation, and especially in a place, in a certain environment that's out of control. So yeah.
I can only imagine what that was like, and hopefully the situation is better. You, how, or did you leave that area?
Well, of course, because they were telling me, I had a friend of mine that's where I'm at now. He was telling me, Peterson, you might as well just come over here. It's more safer, and you probably could meet some of your family members that's more in this area. And he said, because the gang is gonna take over that area, and your life gonna be in danger. And if you don't get down, it's like, get down, you lay down. So that type of model. So I didn't want to get down. I definitely want to lay down. So I got to get out before they forced me to be involved in that type of activity. Just put my life in danger. So I didn't want to put my life in danger. So I had to leave. So long story short, I ended up leaving. But through that process of leaving, the path that you have to take, you're gonna see people in the streets with ARs, AKs, all different type of rifles, M16s. So, and I'm like, man, I'm surprised, because you're not gonna see that in the state, where people just out there hanging out with the guns, and they controlling the traffic. You got to pay to take a certain route, and I'm like, oh man. So me, I let God put a protective shield over me to make me, to lead me to where I need to go at. So It was crazy. It was a crazy journey because through that process you're hearing gunshots. There's people screaming. There's people running. So I'm on the motorcycle. I'm there. I'm like, man, I'm telling you, we gotta hurry up and get there, because I'm panicking. I'm like, I'm not trying to get hit by a stray bullet. So it's certain areas in Port-au-Prince is out of control, definitely. And if you're not cautious, you could be
You be
could
an
be your last day.
innocent victim.
Innocent victim. That's the word.
Yeah.
Innocent victim. And I didn't want to be, and definitely I didn't want to be an innocent victim. And because I know how it is. Because I'll be honest, like living when I was in America, I know how it is in the certain lifestyle, and knowing that the culture in America and the culture in Haiti, yeah, is outrageous in Haiti, definitely. But the thing that the culture that I had witnessed in America, I didn't allow what I learned how to survive in America helped me how to survive in Haiti. Because it showed me the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts. So if I wasn't prepared in the state, I wouldn't be able to prepare myself to survive here.
Peterson, for a young man or woman who's an immigrant tuned in tonight,
Yes.
what advice would you share with them? What advice do you have for maybe an official watching and they stumble upon this live in reference to how life in Haiti can be for many?
Life in Haiti could be, they got the goods and they got the bads, the good income, the out income. So, if you're going through a certain situation that what I have experienced, if you don't have no support, you're finna go through it. It's gonna be hard for you to survive. If you don't have loved ones that stand beside you, you're gonna struggle. And knowing that this is not a experience I recommend anybody to experience or go through. So if you in a position where you in America and you have the opportunity to do something that's productive, positive, or you want to be a well productive citizen, and you don't want to be in a position where you gotta go through so much chaos and so much suffering, so much misery. Misery is everywhere, definitely. But when you're going through misery alone, that's the worst because you got to know how to adapt. You got to know how to accept. And if you can't accept and you can't adapt, you will lose yourself. So be cautious of who you are and have the realization, knowing the truth of life and responsibles, morals. Learn these morals, Lord values. Learn these things that could help you comprehend yourself, so you don't make certain decisions that could affect your future. And I have made some decisions in my life because I wasn't cautious. I was allowing my subconscious to always get the best of me because of my pain. So for a person to want to go through what I went through or just through the process, you gotta realize who you are. And if you can't realize who you are, you're gonna allow things to make the best out of you, and you're gonna take a certain path, and you will be distracted, and you will lose yourself. And so to all the people that's not born in America and been through so much, and they're trying to prevent that, it's time for a change. And if you can't make a change and make a difference in yourself, things are always gonna be the same. So I don't know. That's all I think I can say.
So let me give a shout out to Gina Turner. Thank you so much for the 4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. For a minute, guys, I was not getting my comments. So if you made a comment, it did not come up. YouTube was asking me to verify myself during the live. I'm not sure why, but that's
Well,
what was causing comments to not come up. But now I am able to see the comments. Thank you so much, Gina Turner, for your continuous love and support of life in Haiti. Don't forget, guys, to please share the live. And if you have a question, feel free to ask. Legally Haitian, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Atkin says, Tap, what what
what they
they
do, my boy,
what they do, my boy? This sleep, keep your head
keep
up,
your
fam.
head up. Yeah, you already know. I'm definitely gonna keep my head. Just staying faith and being positive best I can, and being persistent and keeping my eyes open on the prize. And the prize is God. And just you know,
Wow. Asher, good evening. Happy God bless you back with the seed you had. So keep praying, and also remember, you can travel to other island. Have you entertained the thought of go, well before, because we live in US Central. I'll come back to that question, but
Yeah.
when you left Port-au-Prince, what part of Haiti did you go to? And did you enjoy a different part of Port-au-Prince, of Haiti? I mean, because people
Yes. Yes.
seem to just think that the whole Port-au-Prince is Haiti or the
Oh.
whole Port-au-Prince is chaos, when that's not true. Because you went from Malik to Santos. That was two different worlds in Port-au-Prince. Am
Yeah.
I correct?
I ain't gonna lie. Malik is beautiful. You know, nice area. People are welcome. You know, they're accepting, and it's well community. The community, you know, they have their activities on supporting one another. You know, hey, don't forget, hey, do got magic now. We gonna have to talk about that, but that's probably another story. But but long story short, yeah. So me leaving Malik and went to Santos, and leaving Santos and going to leaving Port-au-Prince and going. Well, I went first. I went to Gonaives. You know,
Gungwa,
my friend.
Tigwa,
Yeah,
you heading south,
yeah. I'm headed south. Right now. I'm in Gonaives right now.
right?
So
Oh, I thought you was in Leogan.
yeah, I had to relocate to do this video, to do this live.
Oh my God. Okay. Wow. So how is it there? I know there's a lot of food there. I'm going to get ou plein manger.
Who? Me? I'm not living. I'm not with no family.
So okay, when you're moving around like this, how are you moving around? I mean, you're not afraid. I mean,
Nah, cause God walked with me. The Spirit of Christ, conscious Christ. I'm be honest. When you believe in God, and you have faith in God, and you knowing that God will walk with you, doesn't matter what you go through. God said, if you believe in me, if two or three are gathered in the midst, I'm in their presence. So God is always in my presence, and I keep that knowing I know the existence of God, and I know His love. There's nothing can harm me.
let me tell you, that scripture you just quoted is a scripture. Me, a sister and I, we prayed 3 days out of the week, and
Yes,
we always quote that scripture. When God
yes,
is in the midst, I promise you, He will protect you and He will guide you. So you just really being a really adventurous young man,
yes. You
and
know, in
just
the you know,
island hopping.
hmm.
You just what? You just hopping, city hopping, I'd say, within Haiti.
No, because my friend that I was incarcerated with, that got deported with me. When I was in the prison with him, he told me, Peterson, I know you don't have no family that's gonna support you. I don't know you don't have nobody that's gonna sign, help you. You know, you get out. I don't have no problem if you come to my house. You can stay with me if you feel like you don't have that type of support from family in Haiti. And I was like, the whole time I was thinking, like, damn, I really don't got nobody gonna sign me out. But through the grace of like the people that I was in contact with, Ricardo and the other my friend Darlene. So, but
Mhm.
that's the only people that I had, at the time. So by him saying that he's willing to help me when I get out, all the people that I was incarcerated with, he was the only one that, well, not really him, the other person, I don't want to say his name, but Cashmere, he was willing to help me too. He spoke on it. No, what is Cash? He was able to one that introduced me to Ricardo. If I see how God works, if I didn't meet
Yeah.
Cashmere, I would never met Ricardo. So through that, through Ricardo, to Cashmere and Ricardo and everything like that. So if that didn't happen, then I would have been stuck really. So now me and my friend that came with me in the prison, he was the one that told me, Peterson, I don't mind if you come to my house, you can come stay with me, I don't have no problem, my people are gonna be okay. And he told me a gaslighting. When I mean gaslighting, he made some promise. OP, you come over here, you gonna have a call center job. You're like, you can work. I got a job there. You can work. So I'm believing it. I'm like, oh man, I'm trying to work. I go over there. It was no call center. But long story short, I ended up leaving Santos, I passed to Matusan, Grise, Leogan, all these Kafu.
You know,
No,
I'm gonna tell you something too, my brother. It is something when you're innocent. I remember when I first came into Haiti and I had no knowledge. I had not allowed the news to taint my spirit and my
oh
body.
nah, definitely.
You know, I was so free spirited. People on the channel will tell you, I was going everywhere. I was knocking on the devil's door, like, hey, it's Marie, and I'm
Yeah,
here. Open up for me, right?
definitely,
But it's like that is why I share with people. You have to be mindful of the things that you expose yourself to, because
definitely.
when I hear you saying these names today, you know, so many people are afraid to go in these areas. So here
I'm
you're just going. I mean, what is it like crossing these streets, especially
it
at a
be
time like this?
it's a lot because you're gonna have you're gonna witness a lot. You're gonna see the markets. You're gonna see the gathering. You're gonna see the people that's hustling. I'll be honest. One thing about them Haitians in Haiti, they're gonna hustle for theirs from the smallest. If they're gonna have to sell Clorox is all Clorox liquid stuff like that, wash your clothes, detergent. They're gonna sell it just to make enough money to even buy something to eat. You know, because be honest, a lot of people go through
I
starvation and hunger. It
understand.
is outrageous. You know, because the system. You know, that's another story. But you go through these paths and you see the transaction, you see the hustle, you see the persistent, the thrive, the wants and needed because you know what, I got this responsibility, and these are people that want the country to become better. These are people that want change, you know, and these are people that want a better result for the community, from just for Haiti, period, in general. So me witnessing that, then I'm seeing the gangs, even though they conduct legal activity and they're criminals, but they play a role in that community, you know, because certain people, I don't condone that, but some people are fear of their life, so they have to accept, you know, and that's the sad thing about it. When people place fear within you, they're in control and you don't have no willpower to make certain decisions. And certain people don't have the finance to relocate and relocate to a safer environment. So yes, and just going through that journey and going through these certain areas that's controlled by gangs, and knowing that I have to have the strength and the belief that, and the thing about me, I like to visualize everything. What I mean visualize, I like to see myself already at that location. So I have to put that thought and that visual within my mind to imagine and create that world already. So when I create that world, I know I'm gonna be placed there, so there will be no defaults or no distraction or no chaos to prevent me to appearing to my destination. So I'm a person that visualize. I like to
Mind
create.
over matter. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to create my world. And when I mean create a world where I know where I need to go at, I need to go at. For me to be here, I have to already see it in my mind. You know, people speak on manifestation and all that extra stuff, but we're not gonna talk about that. But I like to see everything before I even actually do it. If I can't see it and create it within my mind, it will not come to existence. So everything come within the thought, and I just gotta activate my action, my align my emotions and balancing and pursue where I need to be at. So there's a lot of power behind that. You know, it's a beautiful thing.
I don't find too many people who think like me, but that is exactly how I move, Peterson.
Yeah, you gotta
Everything
move.
that I do. I had already imagined myself doing this type of work before I even did it.
You,
I imagined
definitely,
myself walking into a school. I just always I imagined it. And
you gotta imagine.
that is power in imagining. And that's why I'm imagining even more for God to open those doors to continue to bless the community here in Haiti.
Of
So
course, and as what you said, it was beautiful because imagine, I remember Kurt Franklin. He made that song, "Imagine Me." Dun, 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 dun. So it
mhm,
makes sense because like you gotta imagine, because God give you the being an idealistic person to create this vision and these dreams and these goals that you wanna establish, you wanna achieve, and everything. If you can't imagine, if you can't envision, you can't create. How can everything you desire within your heart could come to existence? So You gotta, but all any day, always go to God. You gotta align with God. You know,
Wow.
and one thing I want to tell you, I remember when I was in the state, I knew I was gonna get deported because it was already destined. I used to tell myself, I know I'm gonna go to Haiti, but before I go to Haiti, please let me see if I could make sure my son have a location where he could stay, and make sure the woman that I was in a relationship with have a home. So if I don't feel that I didn't complete, because I know it will be my time to leave. It was part of my destiny. It was no running behind. It was no running from it. Even though I was running, but it was a time that was going to take me. So I had to set my faith, even though it wasn't the way I wanted it to go, and it's a scenario and situation. But it was meant to happen. No matter what, there is no run. Sometimes in life, man, God designed certain things to happen. But even though you have the choice and decision to take a path that's gonna be good for God. Even though you lose path and lose the direction, it's still God's purpose because it's your destiny. Certain destinies you cannot change and you can't hide from it because you gotta allow it to be revealed and allow it to happen. And I knew I was gonna come Haiti one day.
True. Let me answer Chef Ned. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button and please share. Share it to your Facebook, WhatsApp status. Please share. Chef Ned,
Definitely sure.
thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Chef Ned says, hi. Can someone who's been deported from the US migrate to South Africa or Latin American countries? If yes, would you? Would you like to answer?
No, you go ahead and answer.
I do believe that there are some countries Haitians can travel to in Africa. Not sure if specifically South Africa. I know Brazil is one that is Haitian friendly up until recently. There's not too many countries that have an open arm for Haitians, especially at this time when a lot of Haitians are migrating. If you ask
Yep,
me, you guys been following me for a long time, and I am very passionate about the work that I do here in Haiti. It is something I never get tired of. It is something that God has granted me peace doing. I would love to travel to Africa temporarily and visit, and of course, just see Mother Nature there. I love to travel to other Latin American countries, but do I want to move and pack up all my stuff and leave Haiti? No. I am one who genuinely have hope that Haiti will change, and I believe that Haiti will change, and that is
definitely.
why
Come.
I do. A change will come. There's been other countries who go through similar things, and they have overcame it. And I genuinely see in our future that Haiti will overcome what is happening today. So you can also answer and share your thoughts. Thank you for the $10 super chat again. Mhm.
Yep.
Would you like to share your thoughts? Do you ever think of moving? You're welcome, David. Do you ever think of leaving out of Haiti? Is that something that crosses your mind?
Of course, it crosses my mind all the time because I do have goals. I do want to do for Haiti. I want to get involved. I used to think like that a lot. Like, even when I was like, I've even made a song about circumstance situation in Haiti. So I was like, you know what? If I do go to Haiti and if I get a second chance to relocate, I'm definitely getting involved. I don't want to speak on it now because but I speak on it a lot. But yeah, of course, I would love to come back to Haiti. I'm be honest. Before I was like, man, I don't want to be in Haiti. I want to go back to America. But then I realized that Haiti is beautiful, even though so much goes on. But it's a beautiful country. And then when you start meeting people that have that pureness of heart within them, and you connect with them, and you'll be so surprised. Because be honest, since I've been in Haiti, the people that show me the genuine love is the people that I met across the line that connected me and they accepted me. I'm not even saying family that was in Haiti that showed me the genuine love, but it was people that I met in different areas that's accepting me for who I am. They didn't see my tattoos. They didn't see that I got deported. They seen that, damn, this person, he's well respected. He's very humble. He's polite. And so they seen the good quality, the good characteristic in me. They didn't see the outer appearance. So I could say that makes me feel like I should stay in Haiti and I should help Haiti in the near future when I'll be placed in position. Because in the end of the day, we need people that should assist Haiti and show the beauty of Haiti, not just the beauty of the land, but in the people, because the people are genuine, especially the one that walk with God, and especially the one that they want a difference, they want to see change. So I feel like for me, my purpose ain't over. So I feel like I will be doing something in the future through the grace of God. If I'm still stand strong and I'm still alive, I gotta put my foot and help and do make a difference and make a change, not just for myself but for others. Because in the end of the day, in life, it's not about us. Sometimes we gotta assist people that can't. They don't have the assistance. They don't have the resource. They don't have the connections. So it's not. I'm not doing for my glory. I'm doing for God glory. Because in the end of the day, I'm only here for temporary. So at least if I could make a change in someone's life, that makes me feel better. That put peace in my heart. That put love up in my heart. That put joy up in my heart. Because in the day, life is not about me. It's about who you can assist, who you can help, and what can you change in that next individual life, and they could grow that love in God, and they could do the same thing. So it's a cycle of love, a cycle of peace, a cycle of change, a cycle of evolve, a cycle of growth. You develop all that within that individual to show them that you can make a difference as well. I can make a difference. We could work together and develop a union. And then yeah, man, it's beautiful. I'm not probably get passionate about it when I be talking about it, but yeah, that's what it is.
No, you're a very intelligent young man, and I do know that Haiti need many of us to position ourselves in the right place to be an asset to it. I
Yeah,
remember
definitely.
coming into Haiti, what I heard in reference to people in situations like ours was very negative. And one thing I always envisioned myself doing, Peterson, is changing that narrative. That when
Yes,
someone stopped by this channel, when someone have an interaction with me, whatever it is, I wanted to give a good, I wanted to change that narrative to say not
the
everyone who
narrative,
turns,
definitely.
yeah, is a bad person, is here to do bad things, is here to destroy. And you seem to be on the right path as well mentally. Manila, thank you for tuning in. Manila says, now that you are in Haiti, what do you bring to Haiti, and can you be of service to Haiti? That's a question for you.
I think that's for you.
No,
So I remember
no,
Maria, the first day.
no. This is this question. Now that you are in Haiti, what do you bring to Haiti, and can you be of service to Haiti?
I think I spoke of
Just
that.
yeah, but to ask, how are you taking care of yourself? How are you? Because people, the reason for these shows is to bring awareness,
Awareness.
is what
Yes.
also inspire.
Inspire.
How are you living on a daily? How are you able to take care of yourself? I am a YouTuber. I created an organization, and being on social media, I'm in touch with so many people, and God have blessed me with a family. But for you, I ended up stumbling into you on Facebook, right? And I'm not sure how that's working out for you. And I'm going to give you guys his name on how to get in touch with him, and also add it to the description. But when someone asks that question, I'm thinking that they're wondering, how does Peterson live? How are you? Did you meet family in Haiti? I mean, how are you able to take care of yourself as a man?
To be honest, being in Haiti and to maintain and to take care of myself in this type of situation I'm in. It's not easy, you know. And if you don't have support, family support from the state, it's gonna be complicated. So I'll be honest. I'll be truthfully honest. In the beginning, I had a couple of people, you know, a couple of family, but then slowly for surely they distance and they stop. But if I did not have people that I connect with in Facebook, a couple of friends, majority friends, I'll be honest, majority friends, they Facebook. If there was no Facebook, I think I would have been gone. But from friends and family that I stay in contact with, that assist me on a daily and stay in contact with me, and they support me as best as they can, even though when I don't bother them, even though I don't ask for nothing, but for they seeing my situation and condition I'm going through, they support me. And I'm so grateful for that because I remember, I'm gonna give you a story. I remember when I couldn't even get my passport. I didn't had every family member told me that they're gonna help me with a passport. You know, they gave me the runarounds, but it was never happened. It never happened. It was a friend that I interconnected with on Facebook. He wrote me and I wrote him. I'm never this person. I still stay in contact with him to this day, and I'm highly appreciative of him because through the grace of God, like I said, God always gonna bring people towards you to connect. And this person actually helped me and actually helped me got my passport. And I was like, man, I'm like, see, sometimes in life, you never know who's going to help you, who's ever going to stand there for you. And the love of God is sincere, and He's going to draw people towards you, and you never know who that person going to be. So that I could say, for me being here, for me meeting the people I meet and the people I communicate with, they are the one that keep me alive through the grace of God. You know, from even certain people from church organizations that I still communicate with, they assist me. You know, I don't want to speak on names, but I'm so grateful. You know, and that will keep me going, and especially inspire others based on my situation. So people that communicate on Facebook and social and on other platforms, I speak on inspiring, motivation, uplifting, awareness, conscious. You know, just giving that people the insight of just learning from certain things you do in life and how can you change and how can you evolve and just grow and then become a productive person in the world or society based on whatever you're located at. So yeah, so definitely, if that makes sense.
No. Is there anything that you think you can do in Haiti? Have you envisioned yourself doing anything that can support you?
Of course, I envision a lot, but I got to be placed in position to envision into the position that I want to attack to actually fall in place for me. I'm not in a position yet, so everything is a process. You know, there's a lot of things I would love to do. I always think about certain things that I would like to get involved in a certain community, but without the support and what I mean support from others to help you develop that is going to be very complicated. So if I'm a one man person and I'm trying to do it alone, it's going to be very hard. So if I'm not connected to the right organization, the right group of people that could have the same vision as me, the same goals, the same aspirations, say no, we got to do this and make a change and help this and help this person. Then if I don't have that, how can I do it? So I can't be a one man army, but through the course of time, things will be revealed in that, and I will complete the tasks that I and the goals that I want to achieve. You know,
True. One
so it's
thing
very
about
complicated.
Haiti, you have to be very creative because the game is sold, not told, somewhat like. It's very true
Hmm.
in Haiti. People will know and can assist you and will not if
No, of
they,
course,
don't see, the advantage in it for them directly, so just keep on pushing, keep on going, and God will continue to open doors for you. You
of
mentioned
course.
about the spirituality in Haiti. What
Oh,
experience? So many people, right? They have this mirth about our country. Now, I am really opposite, right? If people do like try to do voodoo on me or something like that, like, dude,
yo,
Reed, I'm ditzy in that aspect because, like,
I
I
could, I could.
believe in God. And the best thing I do for myself and my peace of mind is, look, if I owe you, I pay you. I don't live wrong by people, and I do
Mm-hmm.
good by humanity, period, and having integrity in everything I do. And I feel like with the way that I live, you can do whatever you want to do. That's going to be between you and that person, right? Because
Definitely.
I know that God is going to work it out. He's going to be on my side. But I hear so many stories. Like, I hear so much. Sometimes people pull up on me and share things that's so bizarre. I'm just like,
Yeah, they're gonna be bizarre, right? But to
I mean,
what I
have
witnessed.
you had any of those experiences in Haiti?
Oh yes, oh yes. Almost some type of entity or some type of spiritual a demon, whatever you want to call it. You know, even when somebody try even trying to, it's not only just doing magic. The energy, the humiliation, the okay, let me give you a story. Let me tell you the story. I went to Undeal, right? Way in the like way in Bukan, those areas, Zitwa, whatever those zones, and I ended up connecting with a family member. Long story short, things went left. Disconnection, because one thing I could say about certain Haitian and Haiti, jealousy is something serious. People will kill you over jealousy, and they're not gonna just kill you with guns or with magic. And it's not just when these people serve a certain spirit, they call it luas. You know, they feed these spirits that energy, and that energy will some way, somehow, in different form, will attack you. And I was being attacked. When I was by me being attacked, I was not able to, even when I eat, I didn't feel that I was full. I feel like this energy was just draining me, and I was becoming very, like, I was losing weight, and I was like, why I can't sleep, why I'm feeling certain type of way, and I was like, I feel like once I've that gym, so I'm like, you know what? Because not just the toxicity of talking loud, trying to bash me, trying to upset me, and and trying to make me look like if I was the problem. So it was more of that energy, that negative energy that they was throwing at me, and then the spirit that they served was making it even worse. So I got to the point when I was like, man, I can't do this. I got to get out this town before I die, because these people literally is devouring me spiritually, mentally, and I couldn't take it. And this is
And this
like
was
3 months,
family.
man. Just the word, yes, family. And then the situation of certain places that I was at in Haiti, I couldn't, like when I went to like in the Undeal, I couldn't walk a certain time because at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, there's a thing called convict, where they malefactors that walk around certain times, and they know these people as actually out there walking, looking for people to devour, to kill, or to avoid pull powder form on you, just to sacrifice you. So I had to know how to maneuver around that at a certain time, and that was
So
the other thing I couldn't.
imagine these people, and I'm asking this because I know that some people assume because I'm Haitian, but I hear so many stories from my parents to family members, and I live in the neighborhood. But some of the stuff is just, and I know it happens because too many people share their experiences. But you mean to tell me these people are just going around throwing around this powder stuff?
Yeah, this young kid actually got caught in a crossfire because at a certain time you gotta be inside. If you out there trying to play and hang out, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, even by the time the sun set, you gotta be in the house because they it's a certain month around month October. That's when they're more active. There's people that go from different town. They'll gather these people that's from the other town just to come look for people to kill, and then they'll sacrifice it. They'll sign you to the gun, and they'll write your name on the list and say, this is the person I want to die. You feel what I'm saying? This person that you'll search, and he come out at a certain time. And that's what they do. Yeah, man, it's for real. This literally you. I don't heard at least I heard about 3 or 4 people that died or got sick because of that. And if you a spiritual person, you walk with God, you'll be protected. But then if you into people, it's people that does magic. the people that interact in that field who does magic are harming the other people that does magic that's into voodooism, you know. So it's very wicked, man. It's if you're not mentally strong and then God don't walk with you and you walking out there late at night and you cross you come across these people that's walking looking for people to devour and kill. It's like people are purging in Haiti. They literally purge in Haiti. There's a month that people purge and they doing this. Like you can't, and then the community knows. They be like, "Oh, Peterson, don't be walking that late night. You better know it finna." People be telling them they're gonna get you, Pete. And I'll be like, I said, man, I ain't worried about that with God, you know. So and Bobby was cautious because like when I'm walking next to my mom when I was going to the Muncie house, I'm walking. They say you can never when you walking at night, if you turn your head and you look behind you, you gone because the spirit's gonna get you. Literally gonna get you. So me, I'll be paranoid. I'm already a person that be paranoid when I'm walking. So I try to keep myself walking forward and don't look back and get to my destination and go inside. Now, it's for real. It's literally like that.
Do you think that this is a fearful tactic that is
No,
used to have people
no,
live in fear? I mean,
no,
I know you were raised in the States, so you can understand where I'm coming from. Do
no.
this really be happening? You ever ran into one of those groups?
Me? Nah,
Yeah.
me. Hear me. I know people that the kids their kids have they went through that. You know, people that it's not just stories. This is it actually happened. The kid literally lived in the same town with me, and he actually got caught in the crossfire. It literally happened.
Well, please be careful. Is that the month of November?
October, November. You know they do the dance. You know when they start doing the dance, they be looking for people to sacrifice to give it to the spirits, the lois. So yeah, around October, November,
You know,
in the middle.
Peterson, this is was so difficult for me to understand with a lot of our people. So if you have this kind of power, why not use it against the people it should be used against? Why so many people are going through so much difficulty? If you could just disappear, why not disappear and walk in Unibank and come out with a ton of money without anyone seeing you? So I'm kind of a realist in that aspect because some of these people who are doing these things, when you look at the way they're living, when you look at their condition, you're wondering why are you using your lifeline on someone else? Because if I had this kind of power, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna get something worth getting. I'm going to do something positive with whatever I'm getting. So I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I know that it does happen. Too many people are saying it does happen. But for the life of me, we have Haitians complaining all the time, Peterson, about our condition. Why not like be a lookout and fly yourself away?
Now the luau part, I don't believe in that right there. That's that right there. To me, it's nonsense about the lugaus and they look for. Well, when it come down to shape shifting, they speak on that happens. But what I'm saying when it come down to that, it's more like it's a spiritual thing. If they a lugao, they like to devour little kids, right? You know, they shift to cats and dogs. They on top of your roof and making noise. And I hear that a lot too, but I'm be honest, it's if you don't see it, it's hard for you to believe it, right? In that scenario, but it's
No,
real because it's a spiritual thing.
I've had experience, guys. Believe me, I've lived in a home that was haunted. But one thing about me, I refuse to allow anyone's devil to put me in fear because my God is bigger. So
Definitely.
I'm not saying there has not been weird things I've walked into, but in every one of them, I never forget Psalms 23.
The Lord my shepherd, I shall not fear. He laid me down. I
Mark
got some, I got a tattoo
valley
on
of
my
the
arm.
shadow of death, okay? I shall fear
Yeah.
no evil, for he is with me. And you really need to, in Haiti, one thing I'll tell you, you can't be in between. You got to know which side you on because that gray area will get you caught up. That
Yeah.
is what I believe in. Some people are just cradling the fence. Oh, I don't know, since then you can get taken by the wind because
Yeah.
those
You
that
definitely.
do serve the devil, they are faithful and loyal. Okay, so you got to know what side you on. Peterson, I just want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story with us. Is there
Definitely
any
appreciate
last words that you like to share with everyone before parting ways tonight?
it. Excuse me. I was. What you saying?
No, I said, do you have any last words? Where do people find you that would like to follow you and keep up with you, see how you doing, see your transformation, your evolution? Where would people find you? Any last words?
People can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, Peterson Rosier, and if you are willing to interact, communicate with me, and stay in touch, that will be the place you'll find me definitely. And last thing I would love to say is that life is a growing experience, and through that experience, you have to learn from it and be aware of who you are, and because we all make decisions in life that could affect us, and we all go through tragic experiences dealing with loved ones, friends, and family. But just remember that through all these things we face, you got to be willing to connect. If you have a difference with your loved ones, connect with them. If you disconnect from your friends, connect with them because at the end of the day, we all should awaken from this cycle of suffering, this cycle of pain, this guidance, and just this confusion that the system has programmed us to believe and stand on. And long as we could get back focused and find ourselves and through God and just make a difference in the day because we all could inspire one another to wake up from this the way we live and the way things are in the world and end of the day peace, love, generosity, the characters of the fruit of the spirit of according to the Bible to gain and develop to see because when you develop these spiritual awareness it makes you see life different and you develop your characteristics and you show the people that you walk with the light and that light open people's eyes and they see a difference and that can inspire them to be different and spread that light and through all what I've been through in life and being even in Haiti, it was an experience and the knowing that there's people in the world that's going through so much and it's sad that we was born in this world to suffer and go through pain, but we could awaken from that pain, we could awaken from that suffering and it's either we teach and love one another and support one another and make a difference because the world is not the world that is falling out of place, it's the people because the heart, the love within their heart has vanished. So we need to develop a system where we could develop love, develop peace within each individual heart and mind and soul for the world could be a better place and it could change and it could evolve and but the system always have a way to balancing it and prevent people from seeing the truth. So that's all I can really say. And I appreciate for the people that was here to view us and stay and interact with us and support. And I'm grateful, and especially for Maria, for allowing me to be a guest on the stream. So yeah, definitely.
You have a few fans on here. I see a few people greeting you, and someone mentioned you can look to teach English at a school. Find a school in the city or on the
Yeah.
countryside. You can teach
Uh,
English. And if you're not a Christian, put God into your life. There will be a smart decision. And I don't know you were living, but route. Maybe I don't get the whole thing, but
Definitely,
very,
definitely,
and because your English is an asset, you speak very good English. Thank you so much for joining me, Peterson. I promise to keep
definitely
you
appreciate it.
no more than 1 hour and 30 minutes, and we are almost at 1 hour and 40 minutes. I just want to tell you
Hmm.
thank you. Enjoy
Thank
yourself.
you.
Get you some fruits over there in Gonaives because they have a lot of gardening and there's a lot of natural foods there. So,
Season is
all
season is mango season, but they still not fully ripped yet.
yeah, they're not right there. Yes. So
Yeah, yeah,
enjoy
yeah.
yourself, man, over there. Take
Definitely.
care.
You
Enjoy
too as
the.
well. You take care.
Thank you. Thank
No,
you.
thank you.
You have a good one. I'll put you
You too.
backstage. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. What I would like to share with people about the show tonight, it's not simply about deportation. This show is to show you that every choice in life comes with a consequence. You can choose to do the right thing and end up with good consequences. You can choose to do the wrong thing and end up with bad consequences. But in every consequence, it doesn't make it that your life is over. It doesn't make it that you can't make a change, that you can't be a better person. One mistake does not define you as a person. Every day that you are alive is a chance to start over, it's a chance to do better. And for a lot of my Haitians who have traveled out of Haiti recently, be careful. At a time, I didn't have a Marie to share stories like this with me on YouTube. We shared because it can help someone. It can remind you that you are not a US citizen, as many of us just lived. We never viewed ourselves as a different person from our neighbors, from the kids we went to school with, from the people we interact with, because many of us migrated to the United States at a very young, immature age, kind of different from those who left Haiti at an older age and they spent their childhood here in Haiti. Be careful. That's my friend. How can I contact Peterson? Peterson is on Facebook, okay? And I will add his information in the description. So please, if you would like to get in touch with him and somehow you feel that you're not able to, please send me an email and I will make sure that you get in touch with him. Add for me. Add for me. How can I contact add for me? I don't get what you're saying, Marie, but please get in touch with me. Let me ask Peterson real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Peterson,
Yeah.
um,
So,
hold on a second. But someone is asking, how do they get in touch with you? How can someone find you on Facebook?
um, through Facebook, through Instagram, Peterson Rosier.
Peterson Rosier.
Yeah, Peterson Rosier. You could likely if you put my link, I'm not sure,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
will.
Peterson
I'm
Rosier on
putting
Instagram
that
and Facebook.
link. Rosier is Rozier. The Z
R
I
O
E
S
R O
R O
S
S I E R.
I E
Peterson
R.
Rosier.
All right. So you guys can follow him on Facebook, guys. Follow him. All right. Hold on. I'll be back. Follow him, guys, on Facebook. I think that he will also be starting a YouTube channel. Give him the support, guys, so that he can become a content creator. He can share his life. There's so much he can do. And one thing in situations like this, you can't never have enough support, mental support. sharing ideas, will keep someone motivated. So I thank you guys so much. Haiti do not have rooms to be receiving people, in my opinion. So you have to be careful to keep yourself on the right side of the law so that decisions are not made against you. You guys be kind to yourself and others. Don't forget, guys, to like, share, and continue to talk to others about Life in Haiti Learning Center. It is a center we recently opened. This is our second year. We make sure children in our community, 92 children, have access to free education and also 2 meals per day. We do not skip a day. They get breakfast and lunch 5 days a week. And that is a load, guys. We need your support. Do not let it be out of sight, out of mind. The channel is who contribute and make it possible for these children to go to school. Guys, please show your support. No amount of support is too small. Even if it is $1, it will be a blessing. It will take us $1 up for us to continue to meet the needs of the center, daily operations, as well as payroll for the staff. I love you guys. Take care until next time. Bye bye, guys.